Welcome back, a space where we discuss feats, scaling and cosmology. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. Today we'll discuss how to identify oversimplified logic, and how to make an accurate debunk, how versus debating has changed in 2026. Be sure to like, share and subscribe.
The real question from that explanation is, if we have a modern age Superman fight Jiren at his best, well, what is his best? The answer lies in the issue, the death of the new gods.
The full comic could be read online, and I'll even link it down below. And in this issue, Superman faced and lost to Darkseid with the anti-life equation. What's important to know is that both Orion and the Source were at the events of this battle. Because Superman lost to Darkseid and Orion had to come in and sacrifice himself, proves that Superman's peak was less than Darkseid's peak. Superman even stated that all of his vaunted power is nothing in relationship to what he has encountered. He stated that Darkseid had unlimited power, though Darkseid kind of implied that he had universal power. Darkseid's actual peak isn't 100% clear, but Superman's was, as that it was less than Darkseid's, and Darkseid's was universal from his own explanation but was unlimited from Superman's explanation, which by following the rules of logic means either one of them is right and one of them is wrong, or they're both wrong. We'll talk
In Death of the New Gods, Soulfire Darkseid is Darkseid after he absorbs the spirits of defeated new gods. He was stronger than Clark in this comic. However, the commentator overlooked several technicalities. There's more than one infinity, and some infinities are bigger than other infinities. That infinity is transcended by the next inaccessible cardinal of infinity. You can have the power of infinite squares, but it'll never match the power of a cube. You can have the power of infinite cubes, but it'll never have the power of a tesseract.
Their order type. The order type of a set is just the first ordinal number not needed to label everything in the set in order. So, for finite numbers, cardinality and order type are the same. The order type of all the naturals is omega. The order type of this sequence is omega plus 1, and now it's omega plus 2. No matter how long an arrangement becomes, as long as it's well ordered, as long as every part of it contains a beginning element, the whole thing describes a new ordinal number. Always. This will be very important later on. It should be noted at this point that if you are ever playing a game of who can name the biggest number, and you are considering saying omega plus 1, you should be careful. Your opponents might require the number you name to be a cardinal that refers to an amount. These numbers refer to the same amount of stuff, just arranged differently. Omega plus 1 isn't bigger than omega, it just comes after omega. But Aleph Null isn't the end. Why? Well, because it can be shown that there are infinities bigger than Aleph Null, that literally
Goku vs. Superman 2 proclaims to the audience that Clark's maximum potential was limitless, so people oversimplified the concept of infinity to identify overpowered characters. This is what resulted in One Punch Man Saitama arguments.
and one of them is wrong, or they're both wrong. We'll talk about this conundrum later, but what's important to know now is that both of these aliens are ultimate powerhouses that come from tragic roots. Superman tackled this enough to override Hit's Cage of Time. The Cage of Time is a full-on time freeze, and it's Hit's most powerful tactic and his last resort attack. This isn't Goku breaking through.
Versus debating in 2026 involves a lot more intuitive knowledge. Clark's strength being infinite or not isn't the point. It's the size of the structures he's affecting during post-crisis. Clark was shattering timelines with his punches with no amps. At least with Goku he needed a whole transformation to shake the world of Void, and even then Ultra Instinct isn't guaranteed to trigger. He needs extreme focus for that. Here's how the debating meta looks today.
Higher dimensional tier over the high-end 5D low complex multiversal Goku. This analysis has only focused on power, but in pretty much every other metric, Superman consistently has Goku beat. Speed feats and consistent speed scaling, Superman blitzes. Hacks abilities, Goku doesn't have anything Superman hasn't seen before, and the stat difference leaves no opportunity for a conditional victory.
After Goku vs Superman 3, it should tell you, Clark would drop Jiren like a sack of potatoes. The DC setting uses the term universe interchangeable with multiverse or creation, meaning Soulfire Darkseid is possibly higher than simply universe level.
However, again, this is taken out of context. The warhead was never detonated, Superman simply absorbed the fuel source of it, the anti-sunlight, and metabolized it. Saying he can survive the bomb's theoretical yield is like me saying I could survive a nuclear explosion because I can eat its uranium core. Now for the most ridiculous claims. They claimed Superman has limitless power.
Another thing about the new meta of debating, infinite strength isn't omnipotence, Hercules isn't the Beyonder, the Hulk isn't Dr. Manhattan. Just because you can exert force doesn't mean you can manipulate the laws of reality. The argument from these past videos tells you they're not really here for truth, but for superficial reasons like validation or views. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. Happy 2026.